Hi there, I'm Kevin Benedict, SAP Mentor and Mobility Analyst, reporting live from Sapphire Now 2011, and I'm with Malachy Martin. Thanks for joining us.
Hi Kevin, no problem. It's my pleasure.
So both of us just walked out of the Mobility Press Conference. We waited till it was over.
Yeah.
No, it was good. There was lots of interesting information.
It overran, which is always a good sign.
Oh yeah.
Too many questions.
I enjoyed it. It seems like they have most of the answers needed in place.
Yeah.
Now, you and I both have a background, and you're currently involved in some very deep, complex kinds of mobile applications.
Yeah.
How do you see the kinds of applications you're accustomed to building being different from what they show here today with mobile apps?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing for me, and I think the exciting thing about Sapphire, is it's showing that what they promised us, they have delivered so far. They said they would do an all-encompassing mobile strategy based on the Sybex platform. You know, how long was it before they mentioned mobile on day one of the keynote? Gabriel Byrne had said mobile, cloud, and in-memory within his first sentence. And that's good because that means there's a holistic strategy, and everybody's recognizing the paradigm shift in mobile. What's interesting to me, however, and you just touched on it there, is that the mobile apps that they've announced today and the mobile apps that we're seeing here at Sapphire are all very, I suppose they're in the simple box as far as I'm concerned. They're the straightforward, sexy, do one thing type application. Interesting, one of the guys asked a question just now at the conference, and he was saying, but what if I don't want a platform? What if all I want is a small application that doesn't need the platform? What do I do? And it was interesting the way John answered it, in the sense that we'll box that and we'll sell you the unique thing you want. But so the question I was asking Nick Brown yesterday is, so how do we do hard mobile then? You know.
And what do you mean? Let me ask you that, Malachy. What do you mean by a hard mobile application?
Well, in terms of the companies that we work with companies in the utilities, the infrastructure and transport space, and they are actually out there at infrastructure assets, and they're having to have with them all of the manuals, all of the asset information, and they're doing jobs that might take not 5 minutes, as in a doorstep conversation, but jobs that might take 5 days to 5 weeks to complete. Complex, asset-intensive mobile data capture. Don't get me wrong, still is important in terms of the data that it's returning and that's coming back into the organisation in order to inform decisions. I think I told you before, Kevin, that some of our organisations in the UK, for example, are using mobility to define their asset maintenance policies.
Okay.
So the thing for me is, how are Sybex and SAP going to deliver to that market? One of the interesting things that John said just now is he expects Sybex to build 10% of the mobile applications and their co-innovation partner base to deliver the other 90%.
Well, that's good news for the likes of you and I.
It's great news because it means that we can step up with our industry experience, our capability, and actually deliver not just the mobile experience, the mobile data capture end of the equation, but also bring with it the strategy around how to use mobile applications in a complex arena such as asset-intensive data capture requires. A question that was asked there, and I didn't think it was touched on enough, was, as organisations, we know that Sybex, they're techies. They've always been techies, selling to techies around their products. SAP in the mobile space have always had mobile applications to sell, but now they're in a whole new game because they're trying to sell a platform, they're trying to bring content onto that platform, but they need partners to work with them to actually deliver the experience that is mobile.
John Chin brought that up.
Yeah.
He said, you know, if you really know us, you know we don't have apps.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also made the call that they have over 2,000 mobile deals in the pipeline.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then he followed that by saying we desperately need trained, experienced partners. Didn't he say that?
He did. He said they need implementation services partners, people who've done it. I thought he handled the question about the SIs rather well too, in the sense that we want all the SIs to be on board and working with us on our platform, and then together we can deliver these solutions in the right way. So I think that's the complex conundrum, the hard part of this mobile journey that they're having still has to be tackled, and I'm sure that the 2,000 opportunities they have, they're going to stumble upon several customers who need to understand mobile and its complexity.
Oh yeah.
And there's been a lot of talk over the last few days about the iPad and the iPhone and how it's revolutionised the industry, but still I hear of more people who are adopting it as their corporate platform, but in that sort of hard-nosed, at the coal face, I'm doing my job type way, I still can't picture an iPad out there in the hands of, say, a circuit breaker maintenance guy actually out there doing complex data capture.
Do you want to share with the audience the story you told me about the Singapore defense?
Well, I can. I mean, it's interesting. I was speaking with one of the guys in SAP in Singapore just now over lunch, and he was saying to me that he was with the Ministry of Defence in Singapore yesterday and talking about mobile, very excited about the opportunities that SAP are bringing in mobile. But the guy in the Ministry of Defence just made one point, and that is Avon have got a mobile application that runs on the Sybex on their platform and integrates the SAP. He says, and we don't. He says, Avon's old. It's really old. It's antiquated. I don't understand how come somebody that's controlling and managing the defence within Singapore hasn't got an application, and I think that's an exciting opportunity.
Oh yeah, and that's
the easy guys are getting it. It's sexy and it looks good, but it's making everybody. And I think the guys the likes of Bill McDermott and people like that concentrated on the brand.
Yes.
And I think because of the nature of what mobile's doing in SAP, the brand is going to be extended continuously over and over and over again. And if you're not part of that brand, if you're one of their clients, you need to fit within the brand and you need to have a solution. So, who knows? Interestingly enough, the Avon experience, the girl we saw this morning, showing how to add lipstick or eyeshadow or blusher or whatever it is to a model so that you get the feel. I already know that they have taken that technology and they're selling it to paint companies, to car dealers, so that you can get the experience of, that's what my car will look like, that's what all of the accessories will look like. So it's a very simple concept, and it can be taken and rolled out easily.
Yes.
In an easy mobile context.
To huge numbers of sales forces involved in any of those kind of industries,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah. But
well, I want to thank you, Malachy, for
problem.
joining us and for sharing your insight and thoughts with our audience.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks, Kevin.